Welcome students, welcome to Masters Bloomingdale Academy. Today I am going to take a class in 9th class physics. The chapter is matter around us. So this chapter is very important for understanding the concepts of physics. Why? Because generally in physics we deal about matter. So everything in physics is dealt about matter. So you have to understand the concepts of matter. What are the things which you are going to learn? Now let us start the class. So in this session I am going to cover some important topics. The topics are: what is matter, what are the states of matter, properties of solids, liquids and gases. So basically these are the three important topics which I am going to cover. So without wasting time, we'll start the class. Okay, generally when you look around your environment, your surroundings, the water we drink, our food, clothes and various things which we use in our day-to-day life, even the air we breathe, even our body, all these things, they come under matter. So matter is present everywhere around our surroundings. So now let us see what is the definition of matter. Anything in the world that occupies space and has mass. So matter means space and mass. Whenever you are thinking about matter, two words should come into your mind, that is space and mass. So all of you know about space. What is mass? Mass is nothing but the thing from which it is made up of. For example, I am taking an iron bench. Let us take a iron bench. So this iron bench is made up of iron. So what is the mass here? The mass is iron. Similarly, after understanding the concept of matter, you have to understand states of matter. Generally, there are three states of matter: solids, liquids and gases. So, which you have studied in your lower classes. You know that in solids, the particles are closely packed. The molecules or atoms they are closely packed. Whereas in liquids, they are not closely packed. Whereas in gases, the intermolecular space is there between the molecules. For example, if a molecule is here, one more molecule is here. So the gap is very long between the particles. So coming on to the properties of solids, liquids and gases, there are two important things are there. First of all, you should understand the concept of shape and volume. So shape and volume are very, very important for understanding the properties of solids, liquids and gases. For example, let us take two solid objects. Let us take a pen and a book. We are putting them in two different containers. So that, is there any change in shape or volume? So obviously the answer is no. There is no change in the shape. Similarly, if you want to see the volume of the book or the pen, does it flow? When you drop the book or the pen on the floor, does it flow? No, it does not flow, but it remains rigid. Rigid means it is rough. It has a fixed boundary. It has a fixed boundary and it has a definite shape and it has a fixed volume. So by this we can say that solids have two properties. Solids have definite shape and they have a fixed volume. So these are the important properties of solids. So coming on to the liquids. So for understanding the properties of liquids, you have to take different containers. For example, these are the different containers I am taking. So in each and every container I am putting 50 ml of, let us take, water. In each and every container I am putting 50 ml. So what is happening here when I am putting the 50 ml of water into the containers? So the shape of the container is different in each and every case. You can see here. So whatever may be the shape, the liquid will take the shape of the container. So you can take milk also, you can check it with oil or milk or any other liquid container. So in whatever may be the case, the shape depends on the container. So but here the volume is same. Here I am taking 50 ml of, in each and every case I am taking 50 ml of water, liquid, any liquid, let us take milk or water, anything. But here now let us see what are the properties of liquids. Basically you will have three properties of liquids. The first property is that the shape of the liquid depends on the shape of the container. Whatever the shape is there, the shape of the liquid will be the shape of the container. Coming on to the second one, so liquid takes different shapes depending on the shape of the container. Its volume remains same. The volume is same even though the container shape is different, but the volume part is always same. So coming on to the next, third point, liquids can flow easily, whereas solids, they don't flow easily. Liquids can flow easily. So these are the three properties of liquids. Coming on to what is the meaning of volume. Generally I have studied this, we have heard this word volume. So whenever you are talking about volume, you think about music. You think about music. It is not at all related with music. Volume is the amount of space that a substance or object occupies. So this is the quantity of space occupied. For example, I am taking a milk packet. Let's take, I am taking a milk packet. So what is the volume of the milk packet? Let us take, it is taking some quantity of 500 ml of milk. So what is the volume of the milk packet here? It is 500 ml. So how much space it is taking? So this is known as volume, or in short we can say that capacity. So coming on to the next word, what is fluid? A substance that has no fixed shape and it yields to external pressure, then it is known as a fluid. Generally, liquids are fluids. Liquids are fluids. All liquids are fluids. Coming on to the properties of gases. Generally, I have seen CNG cylinders or LPG cylinders at home. So what do you observe here? So in these cylinders you have gas. So when you see here, does CNG has a fixed volume or does it have a definite shape? So when you see the containers, the shapes are different for different containers. So we can say gases neither have a fixed shape nor a fixed volume. So this is the important property of gases. Solids, they have a definite shape and they have a fixed volume. Similarly, liquids, they don't have a fixed shape but they have a fixed volume. But here in this case, gases, they don't have fixed shape and they don't have a fixed volume. So coming on to the next topic, compressibility. Just now I said about the CNG cylinders. Cylinders are there. So how this gas is filled in these cylinders? Because of the property of compressibility. We can easily compress large amount of gas in a small cylinder. Let us take one activity to understand this. For example, let us take a 50 ml syringe. Now the syringe has a piston. Draw the piston to suck the air in. And so when you pull the piston downwards, what happens? The air will come inside the syringe. Place your finger on the nozzle. On the nozzle, when you place your finger here, what happens? The air will not go out. Now try to press this piston upwards. So when you try to press this piston, to some extent the piston goes inside, but after some time, can you see here? Here the piston is not going inside. Why? Because of the pressure exerted by the air present inside that, so it does not go further. So similarly, the gas is being stored in the cylinders because of the property of compressible. So this thing is very important for understanding how gases are stored in a cylinder. So finally, let us see the summary what we have studied. We have studied about matter. What is matter? Anything which has space, it has mass. Then only you can say that it is matter. States of matter: liquids, solids, gases. Properties of solids. What are the properties of solids? Solids have definite shape. They have a definite shape and a definite volume. Liquids, they don't have shape, but they have fixed volume. Gases, neither they don't have a fixed shape nor they have a fixed volume. And coming on to the property of compressibility, because of this property only, the gas is being filled in CNG gases, CNG cylinders and LPG cylinders. So this is about the first session of my class. I hope that you have understood.